Welcome back to the Suncoast Gridiron Media Day here at Douglas Jeep in Venice. John Reynolds, John Musoni with you. Now we're joined by the Classical Academy of Sarasota's head football coach, Matt Favero. Coach,
Hello.
Thank you for joining us today. First question for you. Who we got rocking behind us?
All right, we've got our starting middle linebacker / H tight end, Carter Sommers on my right, your left. Alaric Dong, defensive end and running back. Josh Schlabach, O-line, D-line. And Liam Kelly, kicker, punter, wide receiver.
And we talked to Sarasota Christian earlier. Obviously, you guys are in the SSAC in the 8-man game. Tell me about the growth you guys have made this offseason, what we're looking to go into this season with, and some of these guys going to make some big plays for you.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. As probably Jacob at SCS said, it's a different game. It's fun. Great. If anyone hasn't seen 8-man, I highly encourage coming out and watching it. It's a fun brand of football. But, the last season was our first year, like SCS, and we learned some lessons. We did all right. I think for a first-year program, I'll take what we put out there. This year, we're not having to learn those same mistakes. So we're not having to make those same mistakes. We have to learn those lessons. So that's been the biggest thing. It's just a comfort level with these guys that, okay, we're football players now. Games aren't going to get, eyes aren't going to get big during the games and things like that. They seem cool, comfortable, collected. I think blocking and tackling is the biggest thing for us. If we can block and we can tackle, we'll win games. And
you guys 5-8 last season.
Yep.
You got a couple wins in the playoffs. What was that like for you guys to experience that first year and obviously get the excitement going about the program?
It was great. I mean, for our first year in the SSAC, it went about as well as I could hope. Not a single guy on our roster last year had played any football before last season. So they're learning how to hit 18-year-old guys instead of, pee-wee football where you're hitting some 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds. So, no, I think, the grit shined through. That's what we kind of build our program on is grit. And, we're going to go all 12 rounds in a fight with you. And I think through the playoffs, they showed that. They showed that we're going to go 12 rounds each game. And if you can take it, we'll tip our cap to you. But
you mentioned how coming out and watching 8-man football is fun. So you're spreading it out a lot, throwing the ball around a lot, or what's your philosophy as far as offensively as that goes?
Yeah, no, we are not. We're not doing that.
Okay.
We're not averse to the pass. We got 1-6 here who can go up and get it. So we like throwing to him a lot. But no, we're a run-based team.
Okay.
Our biggest thing in 8-man is so the where it gets kind of interesting with 8-man is you can run essentially the same type of gap zone, whatever you want to do in 11-man. You just got to get creative with it. So instead of having a standard left guard pulls, if you want to do a GT type counter where you have your guard and your tackle pull, instead of just that guard pulling, you might pull an H or a jet receiver, someone like that.
All right.
So we're gonna establish the run. I mean, our goal when we get out on that field is we're gonna run it right at you and see what you do with it. And if you can stop it, okay, we might have to play left-handed, but we're gonna challenge you early to make tackles.
Good. I mean, and that's really the basis of most football is this the line of scrimmage, and if you can establish that, no matter if it's 3 or 5 guys across the line, you're going to be able to do that as well. So I was wondering if that would be philosophically that 8-man had just become sort of like that, toss it around, or you said, but in your case, you're saying no, we've decided to be
in our league. Most teams are pretty run heavy.
Okay.
Most teams are running. I mean, we have probably 10 out of the 30 teams running a wing T type look. Which is pretty heavy in the run. So Jacob, I know at SCS, they like to air it out, and they're very good at what they do. But for us, we just fundamentally believe if we run the football, we're going to control the game. So that's what we're going to do.
And you mentioned you're run heavy, run first. So do we have a barn full of bell cows? Do we got a couple balls of energy? I know this guy back here you said was a running back.
Yep. So we kind of Swiss Army knife. We got a quarterback who played running back for us last year, Sam Nolt, and he was over 1,000 all-purpose yards everywhere. Probably our biggest playmaker. He plays quarterback, and so we really kind of slash and hit. Like as soon as you kind of load up to try to stop this guy in the B gap, we'll take it outside. We'll read you. We have some option stuff just to keep you honest. And then, like I said, we will throw it. Like if you put 7 guys in an 8-man game in a box, we'll toss it over your head. But we do want to establish that run.
And a question for any of the guys who want to answer. What has your experience has been like so far in the 8-man game at Classical Academy? And what's kind of, you guys, what are you mixing up for this year? What are you excited for?
1-6. Oh, sorry. You got to get a lot closer.
Okay. Doesn't reach that far. Yeah, I mean, 8-man is new to us, but we got a great coach. I feel like we're done with learning like the basic, like how to block, how to tackle. Last year was like drinking out of a fire hose. We're learning everything. This year it's like, all right, we know what we're doing. We're ready to come out and make some plays this year.
Awesome. And I know you said you got a ball of energy back here. I want to ask him a question,
All right.
Mr. Running Back. So
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay.
I think
All
so.
right. Just making sure.
I think so. So tell me about the excitement you've experienced with Coach and the program, and obviously the growth from last year to now, and what you expect from yourself moving forward.
I expect a lot of it's going to be hard. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a lot of dirt. We don't have a big team, so we have to get. It's going to get really challenging. So we have to manage both the time and a lot of our energy that we put out on the field. But I think we've got it, and I'm really excited for this season, and I think we're going to do really well.
That is calm as he's ever been in his life. So congratulations.
And
good job, Dong.
all you guys, are you in other sports other than football, or are you guys just strictly football players at this point?
Yeah, I also play basketball in the
Okay.
winter then, and I also played some volleyball in the spring, but football is my main sport.
Gotcha.
Sure.
And for all you guys, different sports too?
Soccer.
Yes, soccer.
And then he's my football guy right there.
Strictly football.
That's our
All
middle
right.
linebacker.
Okay. And like I said, because I know a lot of times that, we talk to different coaches, and most every coach has been on today has said, hey, no, we want them to be multi-sports if they can do that, because one tends to lead to success in the other because they learn different skills and whatnot. They all apply to each other in some ways.
I'm a firm believer in that. I don't want my guys just focusing on that. I want them playing basketball. I want them doing track. And anything that's going to keep them going and moving, I like that.
Yeah, especially at this age as well. There's a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
I know football's hard, and summer practices are just, it's hot. We all know how hot it is out there. But to sort of have yourself to focus on something all the time is probably a good thing that they're able to do all that and play different sports and do it all year.
Yeah, our school gives them that opportunity. With us being a smaller school, we're only 10 years old. An upper school 7th through 12th enrollment of 170 something kids.
Right.
So our athletes got to kind of play everything.
Play
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
And from a growth standpoint, from last year to now, have we seen more guys join the team? Have we been giving out more jerseys, more players to work with? Has there been an exponential growth from your?
We've had like a youth movement. We've got a lot of young guys, so they're going to have to develop quick. It's essentially the same crew from last year. That's going to go out. We got a couple. We lost a couple, graduated a couple, and then we have a couple now that aren't playing. But this crew right here, I feel we almost have gained 10 years of experience when it comes to no one ever playing before to playing 10, 13 games total last year. I mean, it's a world of difference. Football practice feels like football practice. It's not, a tackling clinic. It's football practice. So it's nice.
And are you guys garnering the same attention from college as an 11-man team? What I asked Coach Spen the same thing, and he said it's kind of been a gradual growth. Guys going to showcases or growing just year to year. Have you seen collegiate interest grow?
Definitely grow. But when there's nothing, one or two schools being interested is we're doubling, we're tripling overnight. So, Liam here is a phenomenal kicker. He was our all-state kicker in the SSAC. And so, he's had a couple recruiting visits and things like that. So that's been very great for him. And just the normal letters you'll receive from schools, just things like that, people checking in. So it's been, I'd say 11-man, it's definitely more apples to apples. Recruiters have a lot more questions, especially even with his experience in kicking. 8-man, it's hard. That edge is right there. So if you want to get that kick up, you got to block it well and go quick.
That's a challenge. I thought about that. I was going to say that's definitely a challenge. You're not getting that guy have to come wide. He's coming right at you at that point.
Yep. Yeah, it proves difficult.
And a question for you then, obviously you mentioned how it's a lot of guys right there on the edge, but you guys aren't doing kickoffs either. So just as a kicker, them going off of your tape, just extra points or field goals, what's that like for you? Obviously you want to transition to the next level if that's your hope to play kicker. How do you gauge the impact of not ever having kickoffs in a game, but maybe a college recruiter is interested in that?
Yep.
Yeah, not having kickoffs isn't it's not ideal for film purposes. You can still get a lot of work done on your own in practice. There's a lot of good film you can get out of that. And going to showcases and going to, camps and stuff, you get plenty of chances to do kickoffs. There's always film at those. So you got plenty of opportunity to show off your leg and let them see what you can do.
And nowadays, if there's a talented player, they're going to find him.
Oh, yeah.
They'll know where to get him all the time. Real quick, your first game against Liberty Christian on the 18th of August. kickoff starting point. Looking forward to that, and then how's the rest of the season look for us as well?
Definitely looking forward to that. It's funny, we've had, I don't know how many teams. I want to say it's about 8 to 10 new teams join. So you just don't know what you're getting. You're getting some 6-man teams in the Gainesville area that are joining. You're getting some brand new teams. So Liberty Christian Prep's one of those. We played SCS in our first game last year, and so no one had any tape. No one knew anything about anybody. So these games have a tendency to be a little bit of a wild card game. Like you don't.
Right.
You could have a team that wants to get up and toss it 100 times. You get a team that's trying to run downhill. You don't know what you're getting. So I think our guys are excited. I think we get to put on pads next week. That they're chomping at the bit to do that. I think the biggest thing for us all year, if there is a theme, it's going to be that grit theme. For us. And so as I look at our schedule, we have teams that are going to challenge us like we play at SCS this year. They're going to challenge us with the ball in the air. Let's go 12 rounds with a team that wants to do that. And then on the other side, Donahue, who we played last year, they lost to Shorecrest in the championship game. Tom Kinnick's a great coach there. They're like us. Like they're going to challenge you into the A gap, into the B gap, and see like, are you going to stand toe to toe? So I think just the week to week challenge for our guys. I know they'll answer the bell, and so we're hoping to just execute well. Because I think if we execute, we'll make more plays than that other team will.
Well, if your success is based on your enthusiasm, then I think you're going to be just
Well,
fine.
thank you.
No doubt
Appreciate
about
that.
that.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you stopping
Thank you,
by and
gentlemen.
bringing a few of your guys, and we're looking
Absolutely.
forward to the growth this year, and hopefully we'll have you back on sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No
thank you
no
for
doubt.
covering our program. Appreciate it.
No problem. All right, guys, we have more
Thank
on
you,
the
sir.
way right here from the Suncoast Gridiron Media Day after this.